New Orleans is electing a new mayor this Saturday, but are you ready to vote? PAC News reporter Isabel Kehoe has what you need to know before heading to the polls.
Early voting just wrapped up here at City Hall with a record high turnout. I'm Isabel Kehoe, and let's talk about some things you need to know before heading to the polls October 11th. Voting locations will be open 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Election Day. To find out where you will be voting, check out the Go Vote app or Louisiana Polling Locator's website. At the polls, voters must present a Louisiana driver's license or photo ID. Now, let's dive into what you will be seeing October 11th on your ballot. Elected positions include mayor, sheriff, city council, assessor, and clerk of criminal district court. There will also be an amendment to vote on this election, the city charter amendment. That is all the information you need to know before heading to the polls October 11th for the primary election. For more information, check out govote.com. I'm Isabel Kehoe, PAC News.
The current New Orleans mayor is in legal trouble, and some people have lost their trust with local government. Reporter Cecilia Cauldron asked locals what's driving them to the polls this weekend.
Hi, my name is Cecilia Calderin. We're here at Riverwalk Mall, and we're going to ask some people what they think the biggest problems facing New Orleans are.
They're all prominent.
Yes.
That's the thing. They all tied in together. Because we've been broke for a long time. This city don't really, everything is like monopolized. What's the benefit to try to help New Orleans when it really don't help you?
I want to write community because I feel like we have somewhat of a community. I feel like New Orleans prides themselves on being this big melting pot of community, like lack of like genuine community, not something for profit or anything like that, but just people actually getting together to embrace each other.
With rising housing costs and prominent crime, citizens are scared for the future.
Shootings, it's not safe to bring a family down here at all. I won't bring my kids down here.
It's scary.
This has been Cecilia Calderin for Wolfpack News.
Each mayoral candidate has some kind of plan listed for New Orleans East. Helena Moreno plans to focus on economics. Royce Duplessis aims to clean up the East. And Oliver Thomas plans to increase safety. Reporter Alyssa Jones asked residents of the East what they're looking for from the next mayor.
Hi, I'm out here in New Orleans East to go look at the challenges this community faces and what the mayoral candidates have planned to improve quality of life for the residents.
All candidates have a plan to improve the East. Royce Duplessis plans to enforce more cleanup efforts in the East. Helena Moreno plans to focus on economic development. And Oliver Thomas plans to focus on creating a safer environment for our neighborhoods in the East. Many of the residents love living in the East because of the neighborhood and the diverse community. However, some say the East has opportunity for growth. Daphne Young has been living in New Orleans East since 2005, but she does agree the East needs some improvements.
We have a lot of abandoned buildings that need to be taken care of. And then after that, I really feel that we should focus on getting some businesses out here, whether it be restaurants, grocery stores, something that we can spend our tax dollars in this area instead of going to other parishes, St. Bernard parishes, Jefferson Parish, and we can make sure that we're spending our money in Orleans Parish.
Despite some of the challenges New Orleans East faces, each candidate has a plan to improve the quality of life for his residents. This has been Alyssa Jones, Wolfpack News.
One issue voters are worried about is public transportation. Reporter Mayana Smith took us on her daily commute to work while using RTA.
Hi, this is Mayana with PAC News, and I'm here to have you spend the day with me on the RTA. The estimated time for my route is 47 minutes. I had to be to work for 11 a.m. and then I was ready to go around 9:15. And I knew that the bus would pass around 9:39. However, things did not go as planned. It was supposed to come at 9:39, now said it would be taking 13 minutes. A few minutes may not seem like a big deal, but I plan my trips very carefully so I'm able to eat before work. I got on the bus at 9:43 a.m. and I got on for free because it's early voters weekend. However, the bus got really crowded. A lot of people rely on the RTA in this route especially, but no moves have been made to reduce the amount of claustrophobia on the bus. I got off the bus at 9:59 and made my way to the streetcar stop. I still want to get something to eat before work, and I still have to wait for the streetcar. I got on the streetcar at 10:04 a.m., and this time, thankfully, it wasn't as crowded. checked my stopwatch again, and we were at 35 minutes, so close to 47 that was originally estimated. I got off the streetcar at 10:16 a.m. and I went to go pick up some breakfast. At 10:22, I got my PJ's breakfast and I was finally on my way to work. Thankfully, I made it to work with time to spare at 10:43 a.m. and I was able to clock in on time and eat my breakfast. My stopwatch showed it took me 57 minutes to get to work. Now, while that may not be a bad time getting to work, how about coming home? Well, my estimated time said that I was supposed to arrive home in 40 minutes as soon as I got off from work. That was absolutely not the case. Ubers are too expensive, not everybody has a car. The RTA is the one thing that we have to rely on, so why not make it more reliable? This is Mayana with PAC News.
With the election on Saturday, the candidates are preparing their celebratory meals. Reporter Elise Beck took a bite from each candidate.
What are the top issues the New Orleans mayoral candidates are trying to take a bite out of this election? And where will they be taking these bites? Let's find out. Candidate Oliver Thomas's celebratory snack would be some oxtails here at Cafe Reconcile. His first bite? Thomas would conduct a city services audit, meet key stakeholders, and launch a public safety task force. Candidate Helena Moreno says she'd get her celebratory treat here at No Less Sweet Tooth Berry in New Orleans East, where she has a campaign headquarters. And her first bite as mayor? Moreno says her first 100 days in office will focus on fixing City Hall by hiring top talent, restructuring departments, fixing the safety and permits mess, and ensuring coordination. Candidate Royce Duplessis is headed in a more savory direction. His celebratory meal of choice is a stuffed shrimp plate from Mandina's, where he used to bus tables. His first bite in office, Duplessis aims to launch 100 projects in 100 days, with 20 projects from each council district, from fixing roads and drainage to clearing streets. Thanks to Axios for providing information for this story. This has been Elise Beck for Wolfpack News, hoping you got a taste of this election.